Welcome back, but now you started your composting and you're layering your garden waste with your food waste like a pro. But sometimes things don't always go according to plan. Maybe your compost is a little bit too dry, too wet, or not breaking down fast enough. Remember, composting is a natural process, and with a little bit of troubleshooting, we'll get you back on track. Let's take a closer look at our compost. Go ahead and lift up the composter. What do you notice? Is it a little bit too dry? If that's the case, grab your watering can or hose and give it a good soak until the water trickles out the bottom. Composting needs moisture, just like a wrung out sponge, damp but not dripping. Remember, we live in a relatively dry area, so we might need to water our compost more often. Or maybe your compost is too wet. Does it feel heavy and clumpy? That means there's too much moisture, likely from food scraps or rain. To fix this, just mix in dry materials like leaves, shredded newspaper, wood chips or mulch. And if rain is getting in, consider covering your composter with a lid or top to keep it turning into a soggy mess. Now take a deep breath. Does your compost have a strong, unpleasant smell? If it does, it's probably a little bit too wet or is lacking air circulation. Try adding more dry materials and turning the compost with a pitchfork to let it breathe. A little airflow works wonders. What about pests? Have you noticed any unwelcome visitors? Flies and fruit flies love exposed food scraps, so make sure every new layer of food waste is completely covered with garden waste or finished compost. Is your compost breaking down too slowly? It might be missing nitrogen-rich materials. These are items like food scraps, grass clippings, or even a handful of manure, if this is something you have access to. Give it a boost, turn the pile, and watch how quickly it starts to transform. On the other hand, if your compost is getting too hot, it might be working overtime. That means there's too much nitrogen, and you might need to balance it out by adding brown materials such as mulch, wooden chips, and dry leaves. Remember, composting is all about balance. If it's too wet, add dry material. If it's too dry, add water. If it's not breaking down fast enough, give it a stir. Remember, always cover your food scraps. You're not just creating compost, you're making living soil that will feed your garden for years to come. Stick with it, stay curious, and soon you'll be making the perfect compost for your garden. And if you have any problems, don't stress, we're here to help.